We're doing our haymaking and our mowing, but I've got a little bit of field here by the house that we're not going to, well, we've mowed it, but we're not going to bale it. I'll just show you here, because it's a bit too small to bale, but the grass we've got here is really good. So what we're doing is we're manually scooping it up in the tractor bucket. I'm also going to fill the Kubota pickup with it too, and we're going to feed it by hand to the goats, because on farms we tend to not waste much, and getting it grazed off is a lot more hassle than it's worth, because we haven't even got this bit all fenced yet, and we're a bit behind for the week. So we're going to manually get it in the bucket. Let's see how that goes. So I think they fixed the mower. Hopefully you should have some of the little videos I made coming up now. I'll show you, but the mower had like a metal slip clutch on it, so that when you turn it off, stop it mowing, it doesn't stop, you know, instantly, and it could jar it up or block it and things. But yeah, it just seized on, and it made the actual PTO shaft completely fall off. And what was worse is the PTO came off the back of the tractor, carried on moving, pulled up, and pulled all the hydraulic pipe off as well. So I just got to lift the bucket up. So this gateway's tighter than I thought. I thought this was the easiest route in. It was a bit tight, you can see. Not too bad. Right then, let's make our way up there to the field. Bad a job, caught the ground a bit there, but generally that scooped it up quite tidy. Let's have a look over here. Yeah, it's like this. Oh yeah. I think I'll leave this little bit around here. I'll put it back on there in a minute. I think we'll come back with the Kubota scoop these bits. So this isn't really what you want to do all the time, but as we've got it and it's nice grass, we might as well use it. This part of the field is a field we sometimes just put a little bit of grazing on. It's fine for the tups maybe, but it's not a big field, but we haven't done any grazing on it this year at all. So it really makes sense to cut it. You just have to go quite slowly down the field because I'm really concerned it's all going to like shake out the bucket. But when you feed it, hay can clump. So we spread, as you've seen in other videos, we spread hay around the pen a lot for the animals, especially the goats, so they can browse their way around and not one goat dominates a pile and stops the others from eating and things. And that's really important. And when it's grass like this, it's not as compacted, and that means we can spread it around even better. And it's quite nice to see the goats have lovely fresh strands of grass straight from the field, which is really nice too. Going through a gate, and it's only just big enough for the tractor really, so I have to be careful there. So you can see the sheep over there grazing. And if you stayed with us on the farm before, you might recognise this little gate. That's the entrance to the Chestnut Lodge, where you can come and stay on Radmore Farm in those beautiful woods. Right, now manpower back on the feet. We're going to have a look at how they're doing. I'll put it straight into the ring this time, and I'll go in and put a bit around. Yeah. So they're all bundling their rings. That's why the hay rings aren't that great for goats. So they've had some in the hay rings here, which you can see there. So they're all having a little bit out of that. And I've spread some around the ground, all around inside. And they're all getting a nice little bit to eat. They've had this now twice today. So they've had a morning and an afternoon feed of hay. They also get hard feed every day. So we make sure we are giving them the nutrition as hard feed, so we know they're getting everything they need for growth and vitality to keep them all going and healthy. And the hay is just a lovely bit of forage, extra nutrition and protein, but it also really gives them something interesting to eat, because you know, goats don't want to just be eating hard feed. It's boring for them. They need the roughage as well in their rumen and to really break that all up and do what their bodies need to be doing. So that's why we do that too. But it's so hot. Oh, here's my little brown ones. Hold on. Look how they're growing. Hello, you. Got his balls on him. There he is. Hay rings aren't the best thing for goats, but we've got them in from having the sheep over lambing, so we've just kept them for now. But I will take them out, I think, and give them, and just focus on spreading it around the floor, so to finding graze off the ground. I think that's what the goats want more, I think. Yeah, God, I mustn't grumble. The weather's gorgeous, but Christ, it's hot. So it's too bright to not wear glasses or a hat. Far too bright. So we're going to go and trial out what we can get done with this Kubota now. It made it. Then hopefully we're going to put it into these all along here, and they should be good.